Hey everyone, so it's Hearth and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we're going to be talking all about locking mirrors and how you can do it for yourself. Mirrors are a powerful tool to a magical practitioner. They can help reflect workings, to magnify energies, to act as portals and entryways to spirits, but sometimes that isn't what you might want. Mirrors act as liminal space, that being an in-between. Much like dawn and dusk, windows and doors, the seashore and the forest's edge, they act as a point in time and space where spirits and energies can pass through freely. This, for many practitioners, is a positive. They will undertake mirror scrying and spells that involve mirrors as a way of summoning spirits, calling forth energies, and amplifying the properties of their spells and rituals. But not everyone is going to feel comfortable having an entryway for spirits into their home, especially one that's left unchecked. Locking mirrors is something that is seen primarily within the magical communities. It's a way of stopping energies and spirits from being able to pass from a mirror into your physical space. Now, it's important to remember here that having an unlocked mirror isn't necessarily a bad thing. Many practitioners will go their entire magical lives with a mirror that's unlocked and never experience anything untoward. I myself have had one bad experience with a mirror. Just one. My entire magical practice, I've had one negative experience. So it isn't something that you need to be greatly concerned about, but it can be useful to know how to lock a mirror just in case. There are some instances where you might want to lock a mirror as a just-in-case scenario. For instance, if you have a mirror facing another mirror, or a mirror facing other liminal space, such as a door or a window. These can act to amplify spirit activity, and so if that's not something you're interested in, you might want to lock the mirror that's involved in that situation, but not the others within your space. If you live in a location with high spirit activity and you don't want any more of it in your home, you might want to lock all mirrors in your space. Or, if you've had a bad experience with a mirror, you might want to lock just one temporarily till that spirit or unnecessary energy has dissipated. There are many reasons why you might want to lock a mirror, and whether you plan to lock a mirror or not, I would recommend everyone know how to do it, just in case the need might arise. There's nothing quite like having an emergency situation where a spirit is trying to enter through a mirror and you don't know how to fix it quickly. So even if you don't plan on doing it, this video will hopefully help you know how to, just in case. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to be using a small craft mirror, but this can be done on any kind of mirror. Ideally, you're going to want to clean the mirror and cleanse the mirror. This is going to act as an energetic reset that will allow your energy and your working to stick better onto that surface. So ideally, use some kind of mirror cleaner. You can also get specialized cleaners that are magically infused, which is a twofold cleaner and cleanser, which could be good for some people, but generally using a damp cloth, a microfiber cloth, or some kind of mirror or glass cleaner will work fine. This is going to remove any debris on that mirror as well as clean it off so that you don't have to do that again once all of these protections have been added onto it. You're then going to want to cleanse that mirror. You can use smoke, you can use salt, you can use sound and energy, whatever it is that you have. You want to push anything away from that mirror. Because mirrors act as a liminal space, they can often attract spirits into them as well as energies. This is why in Victorian homes, if someone died within that home, they would open the windows and they would cover the mirrors. This stops any spirits and any illness or unwanted energy from becoming trapped within that mirror. And so you're going to want to cleanse it off. That way, any spirits that are close to that mirror will be pushed back temporarily, allowing you to lock that mirror without any interference. And any energy that's already attached and ingrained in that mirror will be released. That way you're starting with a clean slate. For this, I will often use charged water, sound, or energy. This way, you're not adding anything unnecessary onto that mirror that's going to stain or damage it, like salt, but whatever you use is going to depend on your personal situation and also where that mirror is. If that mirror is stuck onto a wardrobe, it's going to be a little bit difficult to wash it and smoke cleanse it, but if that mirror is a handheld mirror, you might have a better chance doing it. So just fit the type of cleansing and cleaning into the situation that you are experiencing. Once that is done, I will then take a protection oil. Now this is an oil that I have made myself. I stock it in my store. I'm not going to share the recipe because it is very personal to me and my practice, but I'm sure you can find many recipes online for protection oils, or you can make one yourself from your own experiences and the plants and items that you have around you. The oil that I personally create is a botanical oil, so it is infused herbs with essential oils added into it that suit the intention but have been diluted down enough to make it safe for me to use on my skin. That is personally my preference when it comes to oils. What you choose to use is going to be entirely on you. You can use a herbal oil like this. I have heard of other people mixing their herbs into water and then using the water in this ritual, but that is something that's going to vary depending on what you have access to and how you choose to do it. In advance, I will create or find a symbol or sigil that represents protection. So you could create a sigil specifically to lock a mirror using the phrase "lock this mirror" or something similar. You can also find protective sigils that have already been created, or make one that is just a general all-purpose protection sigil. This should be fairly simple. You don't want it to be overly complicated because you're not going to have that much detail go into the final result. You can also choose symbols that already exist, such as an ogham for a particular tree that you resonate as being for protection. I will often use runes or bind runes for this specific purpose, as I find those to be particularly powerful. Choose whatever you feel most connected to. Ideally, it's going to be something that you resonate with strongly and something that you can recreate fairly easily. You're then going to want to charge the oil or liquid that you're going to be using. Personally, I enjoy shaking the bottle, but you can also rub it between your hands, heating it up with your body heat and also infusing in your energy and your intention. You want this to be sealed off. You can still use it as a mirror, but nothing can go freely between one side and the other. That goes both ways. It means spirits can't enter the mirror from your side, and it means spirits can't exit from the mirror side. This way it becomes just a mirror, a plain, bog standard mirror. Once you've charged the oil, you're going to want to choose a place on the mirror where you're going to draw your symbol. Ideally, it's going to be towards the edge, preferably a corner. That way you can still use that mirror effectively without anything being in the way of your visuals. The mirror I'm using for this example is just that. It's an example. I wouldn't typically put a symbol this big on a mirror this size, but I wanted you to be able to see what I was doing. Draw the symbol or sigil with the oil or liquid that you have on your hands. Preferably, you're going to want to be thinking of the protective properties of this symbol as you are creating it. Once you've finished drawing it, charge it with your energy one more time and make it definitively clear. For as long as this symbol stays on this mirror is sealed and protected. The next time you clean your mirror, clean around the symbol, or if you are planning on cleaning the entire mirror, clean over the symbol, wipe it all away, and then repeat these steps again. Now, of course, not everyone is going to be in an environment where they can just draw symbols on mirrors. And so I do have a few additional techniques for anyone using small mirrors or who live in a space where it's not suitable. Firstly, you can draw this symbol or place it on the back of the mirror. That could be drawing it on the mirror back itself, or it could be taping the symbol that you have created completely charged onto the back of that mirror, and then that mirror can be hung back on the wall again. You're then going to want to take a singular dot of the oil or liquid of your choice and dot this onto the very corner edge of a mirror. This is a similar approach. For as long as that liquid remains on that mirror, this mirror is sealed and protected. This way, it's only a small dot of oil or water. It isn't an entire symbol of it. The water that has had the herbs steeped in it is going to evaporate fairly quickly and is going to look basically like nothing. At most, it may look like a fingerprint mark on your mirror. The oil is going to dry down, and it might look a little bit oily, but it's not going to drip down the mirror as readily as the water is. Personally, I find that oil works better for my own practices, but what works best for you is going to be a case of trial and error. Try different techniques and see what works best, see what's most effective for you and your style of practice. The final method is going to discount the oil and the liquid entirely. It's just going to use the sigil. Now, it's important for me to say here that this method is not as long-lasting. It's something that you're going to have to update much more frequently. You're going to be using that sigil alone. Charge it with your energy, charge it with protective energy, and either place it behind the mirror, or if you have a small handheld mirror, you might want to fold it up and wedge it in the edge of the mirror, where the mirror slots into the plastic or metal that's holding it in place. This can be very small, it can be very large, it's going to depend on your circumstances. Much like a standard sigil, the power of this working is only going to last as long as there's energy in that sigil. So you can attach it onto a lunar cycle or some other battery power to maintain it for longer, or you're going to have to take that sigil out, recharge it every few weeks to a month, and then place it back in again to continue that energy. So I really hope that this was useful. I really hope that at least one of these techniques is going to work for you if you are having difficulties with locking mirrors. If you want to remove the lock on the mirror, you simply wipe away the oil or remove the sigil, and that lock is gone. So then anything can come and go again. This allows you to lock and unlock mirrors as and when you need them. If you need a mirror for a spell or ritual and you need it to be unlocked, you can simply wipe away that symbol or remove the sigil and then go about using that mirror as you would normally. When you're done with it, you can lock it again. That way you can still use mirrors actively in your spell work and ritual without running any risk of trouble if you are having difficulties with mirrors. If you did like this video, feel free to give it a like, it really means so much to me. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, video ideas, or would just like to chit chat with the community, feel free to put it in the comment section. I'd love to know how you personally lock your mirrors. Feel free to let me know, and I'm sure you'll give lots of other members of the magical communities ideas for their own specific styles. And finally, if you do enjoy the magical content on this channel or in this video, feel free to hit subscribe. I try to post magical content every single week. With that being said, I hope you're staying safe, I hope you're having a marvelous magical day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!